Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. We're stepping into a really important space today, looking closely at a journey that touches on something so many of us just quietly endure. We're talking about the hidden, emotional, and physical toll of chronic, desk-related pain. So often we just brush off that stiffness in our shoulders or that tension in our neck as well, just a normal part of the modern workday. But beneath the surface, it honestly carries a heavy weight, quietly eroding our well-being and stealing our peace. So today, we're walking through a deeply personal story from our source material that maps out not just the descent into that daily suffering, but the actual, accessible path back out. Okay, let's dive into this stark reality. The source material quotes the person saying, "The neck pain became unbearable. It completely ruined my sleep." Now, this isn't just a minor complaint, right? This is a profound disruption of a person's life. When physical suffering crosses the line from just a dull background ache to something that actively robs you of your rest, that exhaustion really begins to seep into every single corner of your day. You aren't just battling the physical sensation of pain anymore. You're fighting the mental fog, the emotional drain, and the sheer desperation that comes from night after night of no sleep. It's a really dark, isolating place to be. And this timeline brilliantly illustrates exactly how that isolation sneaks up on you. Year 1, the transition to working from home. It probably started with a poorly positioned laptop, maybe a dining room chair replacing a proper ergonomic setup. Year 2, the ache compounds. It becomes a daily companion, something you just try to stretch out or ignore. But then we hit year 3. The tension builds to an absolute breaking point. It morphs into unbearable pain, and that critical threshold of ruined sleep is officially crossed. It's a classic, agonizing compounding effect of neglected ergonomics over 3 long years. Section 1. The high costs of relief. So when you reach that third year, when the sleep is gone and the pain is constant, you naturally seek professional help. You just want a way out. But as our source narrative reveals, the journey to find a medical solution often introduces an entirely new kind of crushing frustration. It shifts the burden from physical agony to profound financial stress. $200. That is what doctors were charging for just a single session to address this unbearable pain. When you're already physically drained and emotionally exhausted, being handed a recurring bill like that feels like a massive door slamming shut in your face. For so many people, this professional medical help felt entirely out of reach. It just creates this terrible cycle of despair. But here is where we see a massive pivot from despair to hope. Instead of facing those prohibitive $200 reoccurring medical bills, our source discovers a radical alternative. How about a one-time cost of just $20 to $45, complete with free worldwide shipping? It's a staggering contrast. It takes a solution that was previously gated by sky-high medical fees and totally democratizes it, making relief highly accessible and incredibly affordable for literally anyone suffering in their home office. Section 2. Discovering the solution. This is the true turning point of the narrative. The endless cycle of expensive appointments and sleepless nights was totally interrupted by a single discovery: the electric neck and shoulder massager. Just saying the name, you can almost feel the tension starting to melt away. This is the specific device that changed absolutely everything for the person in our source. It represents a transition from enduring chronic pain to actively taking control of your own wellness. It's basically a self-care tool that delivers a premium spa experience right at home, exactly when the pain flares up the most. Section 3. The anatomy of relief. Let's move to how this builds. Now, it's one thing to have a device, it's another to understand exactly why it works to dismantle 3 years of compounding tension. So let's look at the mechanics of how this breaks down the pain. First, 6 massage nodes. These aren't just vibrating pads. They're designed to actually mimic the targeted deep tissue kneading of human hands, working out those hardened knots. Second, heat therapy. Absolutely crucial for relaxing tight muscles and increasing blood flow. And finally, 3 intensity levels, allowing the user to totally customize the experience. This validates the device. Actually, scratch that. It's more than a device. It's a professional-grade wellness tool designed for genuine physical recovery. Now, what's really interesting here is the sheer scale of the shared experience it represents. Over 10,000 sold. When you're suffering alone in your home office, you feel incredibly isolated. But this number tells a completely different story. It represents a massive community of fellow remote workers. Thousands of people who are likely dealing with the exact same compounding aches, the same sleepless nights, and who all found their way out of the dark using this exact same method. And that community isn't just buying it, they are loudly validating it. A 4.6-star rating out of tens of thousands of users is immense. It proves that the emotional and physical relief detailed in our personal story isn't just a fluke. The kneading nodes, the heat therapy, it actually works. It gives you this profound sense of reassurance that this affordable alternative delivers genuine, life-altering results. Plus, we have this absolutely critical element, full buyer protection. Let's be real, when you've been burned by high costs and persistent pain, there's naturally some lingering anxiety about trying yet another solution. Will it just be another letdown? This guarantee completely removes that final barrier. It provides total peace of mind, ensuring that making an investment in your own personal wellness is entirely risk-free. It empowers you to finally take a chance on your own healing. Section 4. 3 weeks to freedom. We are bringing this emotional narrative arc to its climactic, liberating resolution. After 3 years of compounding misery, a seemingly endless tunnel of discomfort, the timeline to tangible relief is stunningly short. The pain is gone in just 3 weeks. Sleep is fully restored. Think about the profound emotional deliverance of that statement. All that agonizing tension that built up over 36 months of working from home literally erased in just 21 days of using this massager. The mental fog lifts, the exhaustion vanishes, and deep, restful, uninterrupted sleep finally returns. Which brings us to the final, empowering takeaway. You can reclaim your sleep and wellness right now at aliexpress.toppicks.vercel.app. We've traced the whole journey today, from the silent, compounding pain of the home office to the huge barriers of medical costs, and finally to the affordable, immediate deliverance found in this device. The path out of the pain has been clearly mapped out, so the only question left to ask yourself as we wrap up today's explainer is this. After seeing how quickly 3 years of misery can be completely erased, are you finally ready to take control of your own physical wellness today?